Hi, Cliff Sewell, Magical Mindset Podcast. Just wanted to give you a bit of a headline is that on the podcast, we're going to have lots of exciting guests, and that's going to be coming to you on a weekly basis, but also on a very regular basis. It's going to be quite a lot of content of just me sat chatting to you, both in the studio, both out and about. Why am I doing that? Because achievement and mindset is consistency. It's every day. I want to just share my everyday thoughts, my ups, my downs, how I've learned, how I still learn, how I'm still moving forward. And I genuinely hope by sharing that content on a daily, weekly basis, you'll see the real Cliff Sewell, not just a guy in a studio with guests, but somebody who's living a life, who's taught himself that magical mindset. And I'm hoping just by those little snippets of bit of information, those individual podcasts, I'll be able to give you that bit of advice, that bit of inspiration, that bit of help for you to go and create your own magical mindset. All right, Cliff Sewell, welcome again to the Magical Mindset Podcast. Today, I'm going to talk about yourself. I'm going to talk about you. And we almost verge into the world of selfishness. And we have to establish what we mean by selfishness to allow us, to enable us to move forwards. So let me try and explain. If you are watching any content I do, reading my book, it's about your own self-development. And there is, without doubt, a degree of selfishness involved there. Of course there is, because it's about you. And what you have to do if you want to develop yourself, you have to create a mindset that in the early stages may well be perceived as selfish. Now, we then immediately fall back into the moment of, oh, selfish, that's a negative thing, that's a bad thing. Now, selfish behavior in certain ways can be a bad thing. We know that. There are certain things you can do selfishly that can cause harm to others, cause problem to others. We know that, we accept that. And almost as people, we then fall into the trap of, if you are doing anything for you, that's classed as selfish, that's classed as bad. But it's not. Because if you are going to get a grasp, if you are going to move forwards, if you are going to create a new mindset, therefore a new life, a new way of living, you've got to create some selfishness. I hope that makes a little bit of sense, but let me put a little bit more context around you. Where we are at the moment and where I am at and where you are at right now is your current behaviors. The results you are getting, the friends you have, the relationships you have, the jobs you have, the financial position you are in is all about your current behaviors. And actually, that in itself is almost classed as a little bit of selfishness. It's about self. It's about you. It's about the decisions you're making, the way you're acting, and what you are doing. But we're talking about moving forwards, and you have to capture and grasp emotionally and intelligently that selfishness and then shift it a little, shift it a lot maybe. So we have to start thinking about you and selfishness. Now, when we're talking about you, we have to think about you. If you want to move forwards, if you want to create a better life, a happier life, a more structured life, all those things, you have to take in a little audit on who you are to begin with, but that's everything you carry with you, if you know what I mean. Your behaviors, your friends, your job, and all those things. So here we are with that selfishness again. You have to stop and go, I'm going to look at me. And that's the key, the stopping. You have to take a moment to stop and look at you. Stop and look at who you are right today. Because if you want to move forwards, everywhere moving forwards takes a step forwards, but we just have to work out where we're going. Because if you start taking step forward in the wrong direction, unfortunately, you're going to end up in the wrong place again. Maybe rambling a little bit there, but let's try and get some context around that again. You are where you are, and we want to move forwards. But what we want to do, we need almost that selfish you audit before we can work out where we're going. Because that direction of travel is really important. So where are you going? So that may be, I want to be healthier and fitter. I want a better job. I want to live in a new part of the world. I want different people around me. I want all different things. So that is if you see what I mean, it's a different direction of travel, really. So here we go with selfishness again. You have to stop, look at what you currently have, look at what you're currently doing, and do a little audit. Say, well, we'll just use people. I talk about this quite a lot. I talk about relationships quite a lot because I think it is one of those things that when we're talking about you, we're almost a little bit of afraid of dealing with. We're a little bit of afraid of dealing with the people around us because we see it as a negative thing. We see it as, oh, hang on, we can't be seen to be thinking about people around us and moving on because that's not nice. Wait a moment. If you are not where you want to be right now, you have to take a moment to look at the people who are around you right now. Because if they are happy where you are right now and you are not, something's got to change. Now, either you accept where you are right now and you go on, being unhappy, being unfulfilled, non-content, or you go, okay, I'm going to have to be a little bit selfish here. I'm going to have to look at relationships around me, and I'm going to have to look at those relationships from a you perspective, not from society, not from what self-help tells you, from you, from your perspective. I had to do that. I'll go back to alcohol. I had to do it. I had some super friends who I enjoyed spending time with, talking rubbish, but it was fun rubbish in a pub. But I couldn't go to the pub anymore because I needed to stop drinking. I'm very open about that. You can see plenty of content I talk about that. So I had to be selfish. I had to remove myself from those relationships. They weren't bad people. They weren't trying to cause me any harm openly, but I was causing myself harm. So I needed to remove myself from that situation. Are there people around you who are creating habits and thoughts and behaviors in your life, that are causing you challenge, distress, negativity? Well, I'm really sorry because I just say it as it is sometimes. Self-help and development isn't all woolly and sunshine and bubblegum. Sometimes it's decisions. Sometimes it's hard. Here we're getting to the crux of this. When you are looking at you and you are looking to develop and you are looking to go forwards, really sorry to tell you, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you've got to make some hard decisions. I've talked about relationships there. Let's talk about financial. Financially, you are looking at you and you're not where you want to be. Now, that may then revert back to your job. Now, your job may not just be the right job for you financially. Well, if financial situation is a situation and the job is what creates your finances, you've got to go, oh, okay, I need to look at this from a you perspective. Do I need to create a new job? But then you might go, oh, but I've got loads of friends at work. I'm sure you have got lots of friends at work. I'm sure you enjoy work. But you have to make a decision for you. Is that friendship and those relationships in that workplace more important than your financial position? If so, make a decision. Change what you spend, change how you live, because those relationships are more important than your financial situation. Do you see what I mean? You have to make a decision on you, and decisions sometimes are not easy. Let's talk about food and diet as a you audit. You may live on your own. It is a little bit easier to change how you eat and what you do if you're on your own because it's you. And that, again, it's a decision. It's a hard decision. But there's less coming in to help that decision or challenge that decision for you. If you live in a family or there's other people around you, they might have other thoughts on what they want to eat and how they eat and when they eat. But you want to get fitter. You don't want crisps and chocolate and eating at 9 o'clock at night. Now, you have to then become a little bit selfish. But you can be selfish and be a decent person at the same time. You can talk to the family. You can have a family meeting. Family meetings are good things. Nothing wrong with them. A family audit meeting. Look, I want to get fit because I want to feel better. I want to challenge myself more. And the way we're eating at the minute doesn't really work for me. Can we work together as a team and look at how we're eating and what we're doing and things such as that? It's selfish, but it's positively selfish. But it's hard. What I'm talking about, right to the crux of this, is we're focusing on you. We're talking about you, but you have to make hard decisions. You have to make selfish decisions because it's about you. And if you want to be the best, but those people around you, if you want to be the best version of yourself, that doesn't come from external validation. If you want to be the best person for you and be that best person for them, it's about you. It's about how you feel about you. It's about how you act. It's about how you wake up in the morning. That all comes from you. Nobody can give you that. That all comes from internal. So you have to make some selfish decisions. You have to make some selfish moves to create a better you. But if the right people and the right environment is around you, guess what? They're winning too, because they're getting the best possible version of you. Yes, it feels hard. And if it doesn't feel hard to begin with, I would suggest you're probably not doing this properly. You're probably not taking this as seriously as you should. It's about you. It's about really looking at you, really doing that audit, really understanding what it is you want. You may have, as a youngster or many years ago, a passion to go and have your own business, but those dreams have gone away. Why not light a fire under them again? Yes, I know you've got responsibilities. Yeah, I know you've got this. Yeah, I know you've got that. But is that passion still inside you to go and create something for you, your own business? I'm not talking about becoming millionaires here. I'm talking about something you want to do every day. Go and relight that fire inside you. Don't look for others to come in, because I guarantee you one thing: if you are going to go and do your own business, whether it be a sideline or a long-term or a full-time business, the one thing I can guarantee you from day one, there will be somebody around you who will tell you it won't work. I guarantee you that. Stop for a moment. Audit you. Is it a passion? Is it a burning desire? You want to do it? If so, fantastic. And before you take their full advice, I ask you to look at them. Are they doing what they passionately love doing? Are they doing what they really want to do? Are they doing something you would want to do? Chances are probably not, because I will almost guarantee you something else. If you went to somebody who is doing something like you're doing, somebody who's running a business, somebody who started as a sideline and now created a super business, or still doing it as a sideline, but making that bit of extra money so they can have more fun with themselves or their family, if you ask them, do you know what they'd say? They'd say, go for it. Because they've done it. They've done that selfishness. They've moved forward. And I bet the people around them are benefiting from that. It'll be the ones who have not done it. And it'll be the ones who don't want you to go forwards because they're being negatively selfish. You have to be positively selfish. You have to focus on you. It's all about you, not to be selfish negatively. If you want to be the best possible version of yourself, you have to focus on you. If you are the best possible version of yourself, those around you, those who really matter, those perfect, great, positive relationships, they'll embrace it. They will love it. That's it. That's Cliff Sewell, the Magical Mindset Podcast. Thank you. Thank you for listening to the Magical Mindset Podcast. Please subscribe, leave a review, share around your network. I'm Cliff Sewell. See you next time.